Hello friends, my name is James. And this is my 1965 Alberg 30 sloop, Raiatea. We are on a mission to sail around the world and see as much of this beautiful planet as possible. We are currently working our way through the South Pacific, and I can't wait to show you everything we see. Have you had trouble finding boats to hitchhike on?
Not really, actually.
Yeah, and so explain to the viewers like how you guys go about it. How do you hitchhike on boats?
Yeah.
Like, what's your process?
Yeah, so we have two options. It could be online.
The second half of this episode is a sit-down interview with a pair of boat hitchhikers that joined me on my passage from Huahine to Raiatea. It makes this episode a little longer than normal, but it's a very interesting conversation and well worth the listen. Hello friends, good morning from Huahine. We are bidding this island farewell this morning and making our way to Raiatea, which you can see yonder. We're gonna have a couple of hitchhikers on board. Met a young French couple yesterday. They approached me at the dinghy dock when I was heading back to the boat and asked if they could hitch a ride to Raiatea. There's a lot of like boat hitchhiking that takes place all through the South Pacific. I had a number of people ask me in Tahiti, and normally I do not do that sort of thing. But it's only a 4-hour passage, 20 miles to Raiatea. So I was like, yeah, no problem. If it was overnight, I wouldn't have done it. So they have been boat hitchhiking all the way from the north of France, made their way across the Atlantic, Caribbean, did the Panama Canal, Marquesas, and all the way to here. And they are bound for New Zealand just as I am, and they have a boat lined up that they'll be doing that on. But we'll talk about their adventures more later today. For now, got a couple little things to finish up on the boat, and then I'm gonna head to the dinghy dock, pick them up, and we'll be underway. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Got your baguettes?
Baguettes,
I know you need
cheese.
one of those fancy baguette holders. There's only one pass, but you can go up the lagoon and there's several anchorages. That one of the bays up there is supposed to be really nice. I just don't have time to see everything. I was happy at Fair. How you say? Fari? Is that how you guys say? Fare. Yeah, a French guy picked me up yesterday walking, and that's how he pronounced it. I was like, whoa. So pretty. We are leaving Huahine. It's been a beautiful stay, good spot to ride out those storms, and we are bound for the once religious capital and center of all Polynesia, Raiatea, and check out the reef. See a whale? Oh, huge! Yes! Oh, look at that flying fish! Yes! There they are! Woo! Hell yes! We're going straight for them too. Breaching humpbacks, super stoked. Oh! Hell yeah. That is awesome. Hopefully they stay in that spot and keep being silly. Oh, they were really breaching there for a minute.
I really saw them really well. The sea's so flat, so...
It's like a mirror out here.
Yeah. And dolphins too, just right next to them.
I know those spinners were really getting some air.
Yeah. They're amazing. I saw a lot of them between Panama and Galapagos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're just chilling on the surface, huh?
Yeah, we're here.
That is
them, right?
crazy, yeah.
Oh my God. Maybe they sing, maybe we hear them singing the
This is the day to see them too. It's so easy, there's no waves.
It's the best.
But you couldn't have mistaken them as much water as they were sending in the air.
Yeah.
You see how pink their belly is?
Yeah.
That means they're overheated.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
They've been fishing all night. Spinners fish at night and then rest in the day.
Is it like because the belly stretches, so? You
No,
cannot-
they just if they've been chasing a lot of fish, they get hot, you know. So that's like, it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
you know, similar to us, right? When we run, our face gets hot.
Yeah.
In red, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Boy, it is very calm out. So our dolphins, so our humpbacks have dove down, but there's still some spinners on the surface chilling out with this catamaran. And we'll see if we might see more humpbacks today. It's supposed to be a ton out. So, but man, they were giving us a show. See if we can see some spinners here. There it is, chilling. You guys go forward?
Oh, we see them so well.
You can go forward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just climb on the dinghy, don't worry about it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look. Wow.
I've never seen them that well. Oh my God.
It's crazy, right? So clear, the water is perfect.
Wow.
So cool. Shit, as clear as the water is, might be able to see the whales. Oh, is he yawning? Is he yawning? What is he doing?
Oh, some of them. Wow, wow, wow.
So cool. Woo! Woo! Hell yeah. Wow.
Yeah, damn.
Woo! Oh, wow.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Those spinners are just chilling with them too, huh?
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right, why don't you tell me y'all's names?
Hey.
My name is Pierre.
And I'm Astrid
And you guys left from north of France, right?
Yeah,
from Brittany.
and we managed to arrive here in French Polynesia,
Yeah, hitchhiking on boats.
hitchhiking
Awesome.
on the pontoon and on the
Online.
web. And now we're heading to New Zealand in 1 month.
Awesome. And then you guys you're going to Raiatea to like check out a farm, right?
Yeah, as that's it. Intensive organic farm. Really cool. And yeah, we're gonna help them from Monday for 2 weeks and we expect to learn many things about composting and everything.
Yeah.
Responsible farming and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're teaching. They're doing some teaching
Permaculture.
and mentoring also. So it's gonna be, I think, really great.
That's awesome. Oh, look below. Look down, deep. Whoa.
Oh la la, they're really making a show. Huh?
I know. So amazing. Oh yeah, that's the whale. Yeah. Looks like they're coming up. Here they come.
Really?
Yeah. Sure looks like it. Wow. Yeah, the water is so glassy right now. There they are. Oh, oh, bubbles! Woo! Wow! Wow! I can't believe we could see them underwater.
Yeah, wow.
The sound was intense, right? That mama is big.
That was really, really intense.
So cool.
Wow. Is that background?
I know, right? Look at that landscape. We are 1 mile from entering the pass at Raiatea. Raiatea shares a lagoon with Taha, which is the northern island. And we are going to be anchoring in a bay in the southern end of Raiatea, near to Atea, which is the largest religious site, ancient religious site in Polynesia. We're going to check the northern of these two bays first to see if there's supposed to be mooring balls there. I heard they're not there anymore. We're gonna see if you can anchor over there. If not, I know there's good anchoring on the southern bay, but there's supposed to be easier access to the temple site, or the mare is what they're called here, from this northern bay. So we'll get through the pass, which should be an easy pass, and creep around and check out the anchorages. So in theory, there's like mooring balls there somewhere. I don't know. Let's see. There's a boat. Yeah, he's anchored in this shallow spot of 30 feet. Like, what is that? 9 meters. There's a pearl farm. Little motu. Mountain's gorgeous. Wow. So we checked out this Opua Bay, and this boat, they kind of have the only sweet spot. I don't want to anchor right on top of them, so we're going to go to this northern or southernmost bay, which I don't know the name of. I know there's good anchoring over there, and we saw a bunch of boats over there, so we're going to do it. We are all anchored safe and sound. We're anchored in like 12 feet of water. We have 5 scope out. Floated chain because we saw some coral bommies. It goes from like 80 feet to like 15 feet in a moment. I saw these coordinates through SV Sagipa's Compendium, and another boat had anchored in this exact spot and said it was doable. So that's why I came over and checked it out. It's also a good spot to anchor because I'm not in front of anyone's house. So to respect for the locals, you don't want to be in their view. So like there's a house there, they can't see me. And there's a house there, they can't see me. So this is all just like side of the road. So that's like the respectful way to go about it. I'm only gonna be here a night or two. Astrid said that there is a waterfall up in that valley that's like walkable, so I might do that tomorrow. And then this afternoon when I take them ashore, I think we're gonna motor around to check out that mare and see what that's all about. It's beautiful and peaceful here, and we're like halfway done with anchor watch. The anchor set good and solid, so I think it's fine. And yeah, there are mooring balls over here. So that on mooring, those guys are on moorings. There's one empty one. But you don't know what condition the mooring is in. And the viz here, like we're in 17 feet of water right now and you can't see the bottom. So diving on the mooring, you know, you could dive on it, but being able to really see what's going on with the mooring, I know I can trust my anchor and my ground tackle, so there's no reason to grab a mooring if there's suitable anchorage to be had. So we're just gonna sit here, relax a little bit, and then head in to check out the temple. So you guys, when did you leave France?
In November.
November?
Yeah, that's just in the middle of COVID.
Oh, wow.
We were like, should we go? Yes.
Yeah, so November of 2021?
21, yes.
Yeah. And then, and you guys, have you had trouble finding boats to hitchhike on?
Not really, actually. In one place we did, in Dominican Republic,
Mm-hmm.
it was like impossible to get to Central America.
Mm-hmm.
We actually managed to find a boat, but didn't really go well, and
Mm-hmm.
so we ended up flying, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all the boats were going to Bahamas, and for us we needed a visa for USA,
Mm.
a different one than the ESA.
Mhm.
ESA. So it was complicated. All the marinas were private, so you couldn't even go
Oh,
to
yeah.
talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And even just to understand where the anchorages were and where people would go, it was really difficult. People would give us different information, and the island is quite big, so we would be like taking buses all the way, and yeah, it was difficult.
Yeah, and so so explain to the viewers like how you guys go about it. How do you hitchhike on boats?
Yeah.
Like, what's your process?
Yeah, so we have two options. It could be online.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to like different websites, like Crew Bay, Find a Crew. In French, it's La Bourse aux Équipiers. And so that could be online, or it could be in Facebook. There is different groups like Find a Crew, Big Crew, and everything. So
so there's also sailor placement sites on Facebook,
Yeah.
like groups rather.
With more specific areas, like you have a sailing group for Polynesia. Yeah.
Oh, that makes
so
sense.
just say I'm here, I want to go there, my experience, and it's really well done. Like people answer. Sometimes the captain just say I'm looking for a crew, and you can apply. You have to be quick.
Yeah.
And yeah, just send some picture of you sailing. It's better, so they can see you look okay, at least nice. And then usually you could just chat a little bit and then have a call to have the feeling. And it's always better to have an interview in the real life.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so it can be really faster if you go on the pontoon or in a marina on the visitor deck and just go to people and say, hey, we're about hitchhiker, and then people understand and say where are you living and when, and they say oh, and if it's matched you can say okay, we have been sailing since a while and everything, are you okay to have us on board? And yeah, for short passage it's really cool, like hopping from island to island in the Caribbean, and here it's worked really fine.
Yeah. You can also leave a note somewhere, like sometimes in the marinas there's a place
Like Cruiser's
where you can-
Lounge, like in Papeete, I saw a bunch of those
Yeah,
notes.
exactly. So you kind of have to differentiate yourself to others, you know, and try to be more attractive in a way in places where there are a lot of boat hitchhikers. It's not the case everywhere, but I ended up just spending a lot of time like making nice stuff. And we know a girl who's boat hitchhiking. She makes poems. And she draws and she makes really nice.
I think I've actually
paper.
seen her poems posted on the internet.
Probably.
So that's a pretty good tactic, obviously.
Yeah, and we made like cards that we can hang, like give away, and so you can always tell them like if you know someone, don't hesitate to give our contact, and yeah, you kind of get creative.
Yeah.
Because people need you in somehow for long cruising, because you have to share the night shifts. But sometimes people are just happy to. Like for example, couples travel all around the world. They say, okay, I'm just join you for. You can join us just for a quick leg. So just to share a meal and just chatting for
Have
5 hours.
company.
Yeah.
They're just happy to help.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, the idea is that you guys aren't paying for passages. You're working your passage, right? So you're not getting paid, but you're getting your provisions usually, right?
No, we contribute.
You
most
do
of
contribute.
The time, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It really depends of the boats. Like we have had really honest people, so we've paid from €5 to €15 was a max per day per person. And
that goes towards provisions and feeding you and all
just
that
provisions.
stuff.
But you know, some other boats would ask for a much higher price, which can go to like €50 a day. We've met someone €100 a day, but it's not the vibe, and some of them kind of get money out of this interaction.
Yeah, then it's just a
boat.
charter boat. It's like a different thing. Yeah.
It's really different, and we rather not sail. We don't have the money anyway to sail for
no doubt.
€50 a day.
Well, and then also you're contributing a small amount towards food, but you're sitting watches.
Yeah.
And then are you helping with galley and all that stuff?
Yeah, we do all we can. Yeah, we cooked a lot. When there are kids, we do things with kids. We play. We've done school also.
Oh, cool.
We're just grateful to people who do take us. Some of them need us, some don't that much, so we just try to give the best we can to show our appreciation.
And they're both engineers, so they graduated with masters, right? And then you decided to take how long off? What do you think?
2.5 years.
To just travel.
To just travel and find good place to volunteer and learn. So that's what we do. We give the energy to travel, like boat hitchhiking, or energy to learn. So that's how we try to spend our time.
Yeah, and you're interested in like low tech stuff, right? So, and also you told me you're traveling by boat. One of the reasons is because of the low carbon footprint, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was our first goal actually. When we were thinking of traveling, we were just like, we didn't plan to go around the world. We didn't plan to sail. We were just wanting to do roofing and learning around low tech and around agriculture, biological farming, organic farming. And we actually first wanted to go to through Russia to Asia and then come back maybe by the Silk Road. But then with COVID and everything, it was so complicated. And for Pierre's birthday, I was already on those sites of Peru, and we saw an ad, not an ad, but like someone saying that he was going to sail around Bretagne in France, and we joined him for a week, and we learned all the basics about sailing, and we just liked it a lot, and thought, okay, we could sail, and just started being like more online and looking at what's coming up on those sites, and we found an announcement of a family crossing the Pacific from Panama to New Zealand, and so we actually initially planned to sail with them, and then we were like, okay, now we're sailing, not taking the plane, so it's just gonna be sailing. And then we had fixed that Pacific leg, but then we're like, now we need to find a transatlantic leg, and finally it didn't make up with that family across the Pacific, but we're still grateful because they gave us the energy to think, okay, we can do it. And actually transatlantics, not many people, but a few people do it, who don't have a lot of experience.
There's a lot of boats that go sailing in the Atlantic, more than the Pacific. The Pacific's so big.
Definitely.
That's crazy, because when you go to Martinique, you say, yeah, I came here sailing. People say, yeah, okay, I know many people do it. Same in Galapagos and same in Panama, but everywhere else they say, wow, you're coming sailing, that's great. But in Martinique it's just normal.
There's so much traffic, and while the Atlantic has kind of like gnarlier thunderstorms and squalls and stuff because the water's warmer and like worse hurricanes, but the vastness of the Pacific is like which today I like quickly added up how many miles they've sailed, and I think we figured out you've sailed about 10,000 currently, and by the time you reach New Zealand, which will be November, so that'll be 1 year, it'll be about 12,000, but hopefully you guys will add it up and figure out the real number, because it's going to be more than that for sure. So cool. And then we mentioned earlier that you guys are volunteering on a farm here, and you said that's what you want to do when you get back to France, right? Just start a farm?
Yeah. We want to become farmers.
There's so many things to learn about it, and it's good to be in different places of the world to see their different techniques, different approach, and just how they're dealing with new ideas about to face all those challenges we know. And so little islands may have some secrets and secret recipe, and like here, for example, they're really good to build houses made of natural building stuff, like palm trees and everything, but they're just a little bit lazy to do it for all the houses, but it's still some people know to weave and everything, so it's really cool. That could be used in many different ways in France or everywhere, so that's good.
That's awesome.
They're just not on internet, so you cannot Google how to make like in
exactly. You got to get in the field. I always say you got to go to wild places to meet wild people. And it's like, especially resourceful people. You get to places where there are very few resources and no money. People get real resourceful. Awesome. Cool. All right, well, I wish you guys the best. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for taking us.
Yeah, for sure. It was nice having Hitchhikers on board, and I am stoked to I'll be seeing you guys in Fiji
and New Zealand,
so and we're going to be in New Zealand for the whole time together, so well, you guys will be seeing more of them. Oh, and the other funny thing is we realized today that they were on the boat with us for a short time at, I can't remember how to pronounce the name of that point. Tiopo, I think is how, because I videoed the dude on the boat saying it, but the surf competition. They are on the same boat with us. And I'm gonna pull up some footage because I'm sure I have footage of them on that boat. And we'll see if we have footage of them. So awesome, thanks guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And now it's time to chill out and relax and sit anchor watch. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when we explore the mare. If you enjoy the content on this channel and would like to contribute, you can consider joining the Patreon crew. Thanks for watching. Fair winds until next time.